Hey guys, it's me, 80 Small for Forward. Today, guys, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my preview for Barcelona versus Inter Milan. So, what I'm going to do in this video, let me just give a breakdown how this video is going to be working so you guys are very well aware. So, today we'll be talking about the permutations for Barcelona to advance to the round of 16. That'll be the first part of this video. And then the second part of the video is going to be me talking about tactical analysis. We look at both Barca and Inter Milan's team. We're going to talk about Inter Milan's strength and weaknesses, Barca's strength and weaknesses, and then I'll tell you the 5 things I think Barca needed to do to beat Inter Milan. So, this will be a very extensive preview. This should be dropping tomorrow at 12 a.m. So I'm recording a bit early because I managed actually to finish my work early. So, if I can finish early, might as well upload early, right? So, I'll schedule the video for you guys and everything like that. And there will be a match reaction to this game on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. We'll talk about the other Champions League games as well. So, it'll be very, very interesting to see what happens there. But yeah, without further ado, man, let's go and get started. So let's start with the very first thing is that permutations. How can Barcelona advance? So as you guys know, Barcelona are in the Champions League, UEFA Champions League, and as you guys can see, this is the group we're in. This is the group we're in, and let me show you the stats here. Yeah, group right here. Barcelona currently on 3 points with a +1 goal difference. They beat Victoria Pleasant 5 goals to 1, and then they lost to Bayern 2 goals to 0, and then they lost to Inter 1 goal to 0. So they've conceded 4 goals and scored 5. And they're on 3 points. With 3 remaining games, Barcelona have to win. If they win all their games, that is the best case scenario. And that basically, in that scenario, we are assured qualification. We are assured round of 16. There is no doubt whatsoever. Because if Inter Milan, let's just say, even if Inter Milan do win their 2 games, 9 and 12, if we win, because here's the thing, right? Let's run down the group, right? So let's just say Bayern loses to us, right? And then they beat Inter. Bayern will then be on 15 points, maximum points. Well, almost maximum. Then Barcelona will be second with 12 points. And then what will happen is that Inter Milan would be on 9 points, assuming that they lose to Bayern Munich, right? So, and then Victoria Pleasant will still be bottom at 0 points. So it'll be 15, 12, and 9. That is the best case scenario. Do I think this is likely? Absolutely no. I don't think we're going to beat Inter and Bayern at the Camp Nou. I think this is probably the most unrealistic scenario and probably the most craziest scenario, but it could happen, I guess, but I don't believe it. Now, here's scenario B. Scenario B is that let's say Barcelona beats Pleasant, and let's say they beat Bayern Munich. They beat Inter Milan, but they draw to Bayern. See, the key thing with this scenario is that we have to beat Inter. You could draw any of the other 2 games, but if you don't beat Inter, there's no chance with this scenario. So, the reason why I don't say no chance is because UEFA does head-to-head for their goal tiebreaker. They don't use goal difference. And so if that is the case, Inter's going to have the better head-to-head because they won against us at their stadium, and they got to draw away at the Camp Nou. So, they would be leading on aggregate. Whereas we, on the other hand, yes, we picked up points against Pleasant and Bayern Munich, which is nice, getting 2 dubs. It will not be enough. Okay? So let's entertain scenario B, right? Scenario B is that let's say we beat Inter, let's say we beat Pleasant, which I do expect. I do expect us to beat Pleasant, and we should be able to beat Inter at the Camp Nou. I would hope so. Then it would be 6 points, 9 points, and then we would be in a scenario that if we draw to Bayern, we would be at 10 points, and Inter would therefore have to get something against Bayern. And it's because, remember guys, the Bayern-Inter game is going to be the final game of the Champions League group stage game, and Bayern's going to be at home for that game. And Bayern is a team that doesn't really rotate their players like that. They generally don't, So I could see that could also be good. But the problem with this approach is that we'd have to bank on Bayern to do their job. Because if Bayern don't do their job, then we are very much ruined with this approach. That's why I don't really like this approach, because it's not really completely in our hands, right? The completely in our hands is if we win all 3 games. Then 12 points, that will be enough, But if we, let's say, don't do that, then we're in a tricky position. Scenario C, probably the worst. Scenario C, a very tricky one, is that if we, let's say, beat Pleasant and beat Inter, but we lose to Bayern. Bayern would therefore be on 18 points, and then let's say Inter will be on 9, and then we'd be on 6. We would be on 9. And then it would come down to basically which team could score more goals. And in that approach, I expect us to triumph on this one. Assuming that, let's say, we win 1-0 at home against Inter, right? I expect us to outscore Inter. We have more goal scorers than them, and we have already scored more goals than them already. Now, keep in mind, Inter do have their home game against Victoria Pleasant, which we have our away game, so we're going to be playing our away game last, so that could also be a problem for us. But still, man, I still think that we're going to outscore Inter. Scenario D, the worst scenario. The worst scenario is that let's say we don't beat Bayern and Inter at home, we get 2 draws, and we beat Pleasant. We'll be on 8 points, and then all Inter would need to do is to beat Victoria Pleasant at home, and which they probably will, and they'll be on 9 points. And that is a terrible position for us because we would then be on 8 points, they would be on 9, and we are done with this one. So this is the worst case scenario, okay? And then anything below 5 points in the games upcoming is terrible. We need to pick up a minimum 6 points. 6 points minimum is really the ideal thing to do. So I just want to make that clear for the permutation. So for those that didn't understand, basically to summarize, we need to get 10 at 10 points is guaranteed for us in the round of 16. 9 points, I still think we'll advance, but it's going to come down to goal difference, in which it's not like, a guarantee. So, there's that. So, like I said, 10 points will be enough for us to advance. So, yeah. Anyways, so now that I talk about permutations, let's talk about the lineups. So as you guys can see, this is the Barca Inter game, the lineups. Now I know this isn't 100% accurate because there are some injuries which I'll talk to you guys about, but this is the lineups that both teams are going to be using. So as you guys can see right here, guys, Inter Milan, they're going to be using they're going to be playing a 3-5-2 against us. We know that already. Okay, we know that already. So they're going to be playing the 3-5-2 with the likes of Skriniar, who I thought was really good, Stefan de Vrij, Bastoni, Marco Darmian, Dumfries came on, Barella, Chalanao, Mkhitaryan, and DeMarco. DeMarco was really good, man. Lautaro Martinez and Carrera. The only changes I could see Inter doing would be Dzeko for Carrera and maybe Dumfries for Darmian. Other than that, though, I really don't think they're going to make any more changes. I don't think they're going to make any more changes to the team. I think this team is as good as it can get. They do have this young player named Assalini, who's our young CM prospect, so look out for him. He might start, but yeah. Anyways, I don't really think that's going to be the. I think Inter's going to go with their same 11 almost. For Barcelona, on the other hand, I think we all know that the starting 11 is going to be. I think the attack is pretty much. According to Xavi, he did state in his press conference that he's not going to put Rafinha anymore in the left wing, and that he's going to be either playing Ferran Torres or Ansu Fati, which I guess would suggest to us that Ansu Fati would likely start because let's be real, Ferran Torres just doesn't really offer you much, right? And so we're going to see Dembele on the right wing, and likely what's going to happen is that if Dembele doesn't really play well, Dembele could switch to the left and Rafinha be on the right. So it's good to see Xavi's learning from his mistakes there with that Rafinha. Now for the midfield, guys. Kessie is out for the game. He will not be playing this game. De Jong is back, though. De Jong is back, which is nice to see. But my biggest concern with Barca is really the back line, because we're going to have Gerard Piqué and Eric Garcia. Both of them are going to start. We have no other options. Now, for the fullbacks, where things get tricky, because Roberto didn't really offer much anything against Inter. Really didn't do much of anything. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Xavi put Balde at the right back position, put left back Marcos Alonso. And guys, I'll be honest with you guys, Marcos Alonso has not really been good for us. He's not really delivered anything. He's not really given us any hope whatsoever. He's just been there for their sake, and that's really, really big concern with him. And, for the center backs, as I said, the full back line, because I'm telling you this right now, if we go at the back line of Alonso, Piqué, Eric Garcia, and Balde at the right back, we're not going to keep a clean sheet. Mark my words, we are not going to keep a clean sheet if we have that back line. Okay? So it's very, very important to note. And I think De Jong is going to be very crucial for this game. I think my first key takeaway is that De Jong needs to. I would honestly start De Jong in this game. I think De Jong can really give us something that the other players cannot. Because as good as Gavi is, I feel like Gavi is just one of those players. Because let's be real, guys, Gavi was not good against Inter last time. He was not good. Bastoni, they made a fool of him. I wouldn't start Gavi in this game. Now, this isn't to say Gavi's a bad player. I just don't think Gavi is really suited to this kind of game. Honestly, I would start De Jong. Because the thing about De Jong is that he can give you those line-breaking passes. And I really do feel that De Jong's presence was really missed. And I think he can really unlock those low block kind of teams. So I think we need to start De Jong in this game. I think De Jong should start for us in this game with Pedri and Busquets and De Jong. And I think if we can get that, he can really help us in this game because I think he's a crucial player for us and the breaking down their defense. Number two, my second takeaway is that we defense has to be solid. We defensively have to stop. PK, I need you to perform very well because I know the performance you had yesterday was against Celta Vigo was amazing. You actually had a very good game. You know, Eric Garcia, man, you got to perform as well. You know, if you want to be part of the Spain national team and be part of like the World Cup regular starter, you got to perform well in these kind of games. You know, you just have to. You know, and these are the type of games you got to perform well in. You know, I want you to see you do tackles, interceptions, and everything like that. Because I'll be honest with you, for the goal that we conceded, I blame a lot on you. I think you were not there for that ball. You could have defended better. And I think it's very important that you defend well in this game. Because if Eric Garcia doesn't defend well, guys, I just don't see us really doing it. You know? So I think defense has to be very solid. Alonso, I need you to be defensively solid for us, if that's even possible. And Balde, just try your best to be as energetic and paceful as you can. You know, just try your best, man. Just try your best. So my second takeaway is the defense to be solid. Number three is that attack has to show up. I'm looking in particular. I'm gonna address the wingers and then we'll get to striker in a bit. Dembele, we gotta have a conversation about you. Dembele, I like you as a player. I appreciate you as a player. You're a fun player to watch. But my biggest criticism with you is that you just never seem to perform well when the team is very low block, when there's not enough space. You're a type of player that needs space to perform very well. And this is why I said, man, Dembele for me, he'll never become one of the best players in the world if he cannot perform against low block kind of teams. He just wouldn't be for me at least. And I think most people agree with this. Because as good as Dembele is, he is a quality player. He just isn't really good goal scoring. Doesn't really do well when the teams are very narrow, very rigid, and he needs space to operate. So that's my key issue with him. As for Rafinha, I'm not going to really criticize him too much. I feel like he's been played out of position for a long time now, so I don't really feel it's fair to criticize him. And I do feel as though Rafinha is so much better at the right wing. I do feel as though. So he is not versatile. He isn't that kind of player. But I would like to see Rafinha offer more, though. I think Rafinha could offer more in terms of goal scoring because he does have the skills. I've seen it before, guys. His dribbling is nice. His flair is nice. His skills is nice. The way he beats players 1v1 is incredible. His dribbles fast. But the issue is that his goal scoring is not there, man. Because I've seen it before, man. There's been games where he's played really well, but his goal scoring is just not there yet, man. It's not there yet. And, you know, the goals that have been scored from him have been mistakes. You know, look at the mistake. I think what was it? Militao made in the El Clasico, and then look at the rebound that he pounced upon. So, you know, obviously, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but I do think that he can be better. You know, I think he can improve, and I think that's very important. As for the Polish nuke, or as people like to call him, Lewandowski, you got to G up, man. You got to G up. Because I'm not gonna criticize you too much for Inter because you didn't really have that many chances, but you gotta do something in this game. This is at the Camp Nou. This is at home. This is a crucial game for us, and you're our best finisher in this team. You are 100% our best finisher in this team, because there is no one else in this team that can finish as well as you can, and we know the player you are. We know the type of player you are, man. And this is what I always said to people is that Lewandowski for me in big games has always been underwhelming. He's been underwhelming, man. Even Bayern fans will tell you this, you know? And he needs to G up, man, because I'm going to be honest with you, man. If he doesn't score in this game, I'm going to have a lot of question marks because he needs to perform well, man. It's a huge game. And if we don't win this game, I just don't see it, man. And I don't have enough faith in Dembele and Rafinha. I don't have enough faith in them. So you're the only one that can actually finish, man. So you need to score, man. You need to play well. Even if you don't score, I need to see you play well in this game. I need you to have a good, solid game, a game that people won't forget. You know, my fourth takeaway from this game is that Barca have to score first. I know it's a very Captain Obvious statement I'm saying here, and what you guys are gonna tell me in the comment section below. Oh, duh, 87-4. We already know this. I actually do really mean this because if Inter score first, we're in huge trouble. Because Inter's gonna be parking that bus. And you might as well stop watching the game because the game's going to end 1-0 to Inter if that happens. Because we are not going to come back. We're just not going to come back. Because here's the thing, guys. Inter's going to be defensively solid. They're gonna be breaking. They're gonna be tough to break down. They're gonna be playing very narrow. They're gonna be doing a lot of time wasting and everything like that. And they'll do everything they can to get the result. And I just don't have enough faith for us to break down that kind of team. And we need to, I just think that if they score first, it's really tough. Like I don't think I mean, comeback is still possible, but it's very unlikely, guys. I just don't think we can come back if they're 1-0 up. I know people are gonna bring me up. Oh, well, what about last time? Remember when Inter scored first? Lautaro Martinez scored first, and Vidal and Suarez saved the day. Yeah, Suarez was really good though. Suarez was a really elite finisher, and he saved us that game. Arturo Vidal. But here's the thing, man. Lewandowski, I don't know if he's gonna because we need Lewandowski to G up. We need him to show up like that, and I just don't really think I'm just not really sure if he's gonna do that. You know. And now finally, my final takeaway is that we need to have a stronger mentality. We need to go into this game, forget the referees, and just beat Inter. Because I've seen a lot of Barcelona staff, and I've seen a lot of Barcelona fans saying that, oh, we were robbed against Inter Milan, we were robbed and everything like that. I do agree. We should have had some decisions for us. I do think that penalty was definitely a penalty. But at the end of the day, we shouldn't be relying on the referees to beat Inter Milan. We should be able to beat Inter Milan with the squad we have, with the amount of players we invested this summer, with everything we spent this summer. We should be able to beat Inter Milan at the Camp Nou with this team. And I understand there's a lot of injuries and everything like that. But even with the injuries, man, Inter have some injuries too. And are they complaining? I mean, yeah, they're probably mad, but we got a lot of injuries too. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. You just got to deal with it, man. And that's why I said that for Barcelona. Just get the game, just do it in your own hands. Don't leave the decisions for the referee, because what's going to happen is we don't know if the referee is going to choose our side or not. We just don't know. So yeah, man, those are the 5 takeaways I have for Barcelona to beat Inter Milan. I'm very scared for the game. I'm gonna give my final verdict on the game here in this video. I'm tempted between two predictions. I'm torn between two predictions. I'm torn between us getting a 1-0 win or a 0-0 draw. Possibly even a 2-1, but I am edging with a 1-0 win. I feel like we're going to do just enough to win this game, but it's going to be very close. It's going to be very scrappy, very nervy, and I have a feeling the unlikely goal scorer is going to be Frankie de Jong. Something just tells me Frankie de Jong is going to score this game. I just don't know why. That's if he starts, though. If he doesn't start, then I don't know who's going to score. Because I really think de Jong is going to be really important for us this game. And maybe I'm overvaluing de Jong. Maybe I am. I don't know. But I just feel like de Jong's I feel like de Jong can really help us with this game. I really do feel like he can. So I want you guys to comment down below your thoughts. Like this video to enjoy. And the secret phrase for today is, let's call it pasta. So just type in the comment section below pasta. And this will tell me if you made it all the way to the end of the video. So hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you guys comment down below your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe if you're new and like the video if you did enjoy. And I'll see you guys later, man. Peace out.